everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're finding me for the very first time or you are a returning viewer and have not yet done so, please click that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. So this is my weekly Funkos and Collectibles videos that I like to do here on the channel, where I like to show off some of my Funko Pop collection and other memorabilia that I've collected over the years. And this week, this is episode number 11. We've made it into the double digits, everybody. So we've been at this now for probably, I don't know, a few months here this year. I got my YouTube channel going back again. So I've been doing these Funko videos for a while now, and I'm happy to show off one of my newest additions to the collection here. So let's go over here and check out this new edition that I just got recently, and luckily I didn't have to pay an arm and a leg for it, and that is, of course, the Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace Funko Pop of Qui-Gon Jinn here. Let's kind of get this thing spin a little bit so we get a better look at him here. Obviously, Qui-Gon Jinn was played by Liam Neeson in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and he's made some other appearances, you know, lending his voice to some of the animated side of things here in the Star Wars The Clone Wars, and I still personally think that we could be getting this character one more time, and, you know, at least, you know, lending his voice to, because Qui-Gon Jinn never learned the ability to, you know, manifest himself physically as a Force ghost, as he explained in the Clone Wars to Jedi Master Yoda, that his training was incomplete, but he was able to communicate with Yoda using his voice. So I still think we could be getting Liam Neeson coming back to record some lines for maybe with Ewan McGregor in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series coming to Disney Plus sometime in 2022. So I'm looking forward to that. But the one appearance he had in full was, of course, The Phantom Menace, which a lot of people weren't real big fans of way back when the movie was released back in 1999, which is incredible to think that that movie is now some 22 years old. It's incredible to think that. I remember seeing it in theaters opening night. It was incredible to go watch, and I ended up I think I saw that movie 5 times in theaters, so that's why I'm a big Star Wars collector for sure. Yeah, I mean, overall though, most people kind of eventually come to realize that that wasn't the best Star Wars movie ever, but it's also grown in fandom over the years since it was originally released. The prequels used to have a big, you know, massive negative backlash from Star Wars fans, but then the sequels were released and now they have the backlash, and a lot of people, because of the, you know, the release of the Clone Wars animated series and some of the supplemental material that's kind of given a little bit more, you know, depth and a little bit more character development to some of the characters over the overall arching timeline that the movies didn't have time to develop. It's actually made the prequels better in many people's eyes. Myself personally, as a Star Wars fan, I'm hoping that the sequels will eventually get the same treatment from Lucasfilm Animation and some of the other supplemental stories like The Mandalorian and the Ahsoka series. Maybe it can tie into the sequel series a little bit to kind of give us that little bit of extra development and fleshing out some of the storylines and characters that we weren't unable to get in the 3 movies. Because obviously we've had books and comics do the same thing with the original trilogy for many, many years that made us, you know, love those characters and get to grow and learn more about them. I'm hoping that the sequels will eventually get that, but the prequels are now kind of beloved to a lot of fans, and the Phantom Menace is no shortage of that. Of course, you know, Liam Neeson's version of Qui-Gon Jinn, you know, he's basically the star of the first film. Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan is introduced in the movie, but this Jedi Master is the star, and he's the one who finds the young Anakin Skywalker. And I loved how Dave Filoni, who is the writer, producer, director, he's also done a lot of things, creator of a lot of the stories we know from the Clone Wars, and of course he's working hard on The Mandalorian with Jon Favreau right now. I love listening to him talk about the duel of the fates with Qui-Gon versus Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan. Well, he was actually teaming up with Obi-Wan, but those two against Darth Maul, and how that reason why it's called the duel of the fates is because literally the future of Anakin Skywalker hangs in the balance here. If they don't win this fight against Darth Maul, or if, in this case, Liam Neeson's character Qui-Gon Jinn dies, that means that Anakin Skywalker's future is forever changed at that moment. If he learned under Qui-Gon, how would Anakin have turned out? Would he have not turned to the dark side as Darth Vader? But because Ewan McGregor had to, you know, his Obi-Wan character had to take on the, you know, the master role and to teach Anakin before maybe Obi-Wan was possibly ready to do so, it changed his trajectory, and it's because of this fight. It's so integral into the overall story arc of Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, that fight scene means everything to the future of this young boy, and if it doesn't go the way it should, it could lead to bad things, and of course it did, as we all know. So I just really love his explanation of all that and how deep it. So if you've not seen that, by all means look up Dave Filoni's explanation of the Duel of the Fates. That was, I believe, on a special bonus features of one of the Mandalorian backstories. So definitely go check that out. But this pop is great. I mean, and like I said, it didn't cost me an arm and a leg, as I said before, because there's actually 2 Qui-Gon Jinn Funko Pops that's available. This is the one that's most recently released with the kind of new brown, base, which has got a little bit of a Jedi, I wouldn't call it Jedi Temple, Jedi Academy type inscription along the base here, which is really cool. And of course, a different, newer pose that they released. So this one actually was rather cheap, but there is one that's very rare that is, I believe the last time I checked online, I think you have to pay like at least $1,000 to buy it. I think the cheapest one I saw at one point was $500. But yeah, so it's very rare. But if you can get it, it's definitely a collectible worth having. But I'm not willing to pay that much money for a Funko Pop. I've spent a little bit of money on some pops before. Like I mentioned, my CM Punk pop at one. I think last week I mentioned it cost about $150. But beyond that, I'm not willing to spend outrageously amounts of money when it comes to certain pops. And this, as much as I love Star Wars, I'm not willing to pay that. But obviously, he looks great with the robes here. He's got the Qui-Gon pose here, and I love how the fingers are posing. Everything just looks great. The Funko Pops they just do a great job with their details, especially now. Some of the Funko Pops, when the Funko first started, were not quite as detailed when it comes to some of their designs, and that's the way that Funko Pop of Qui-Gon is. That's what also makes it rare, because it's an older version of some of the Funko Pop designs that they had. It's not quite as detailed, so it makes it more valuable, actually, because it was one of the first ones that they did. So I think that's it's cool for collectors, and if you've got one, by all means, post a picture or a comment and let me know about it, and how you guys got it, and how much maybe you paid, if you don't mind me asking, because I definitely wanted a Qui-Gon Jinn for a long time, so I'm very, very happy that they did this re-release of a new version of the Qui-Gon Jinn character, so I was able to pick one up without breaking my bank account, so I'm very grateful for that. But the real question here is, guys, what do you guys think about the fact that Qui-Gon Jinn, only had one movie? Was you happy about that, or you hope you maybe get to see him again in Obi-Wan Kenobi series? What do you guys think about this Funko Pop video, and of course the Funko Pop itself? Please comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys have any Funko Pops you want to share, and tell me what's your favorite Funko Pop that you own? By all means, start a conversation in the comments below. I'd like to learn about your collection, and maybe start a dialogue with some of the people here on the YouTube channel, and I'd like to get to know more about everything that you guys like to collect as well. Please comment below, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and please hit that notification bell so you also get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. And until my next video, guys, take care.
Turn